Hey there. So today for Ask Allison, we have the following question. Can or should I have multiple supervisors? Thanks to Therapy Notes for sponsoring us today. So as a supervisor, I love this question. I wouldn't recommend having more than one supervisor for the same client unless you don't feel like you're getting what you need from one of them. It'd be kind of like having two therapists. You could get conflicting advice, especially if your supervisors come from different theoretical orientations. I do think having multiple supervisors over the years, whether it's during your associate licensure or if it spans across pre-licensure certifications, fully licensed and continuing to learn, I like having multiple supervisors over the years. I had multiple supervisors during my 3-year associate licensure because of job changes, and I decided to pay out of pocket for a supervisor that I knew would take the time and truly mentor me. I learned a really great deal from all of them. One was assigned to me through a job and showed me absolutely how not to be a therapist, how not to be a supervisor. I felt like I was seeing people with absolutely no support at all and felt totally out of my depth. Unfortunately, a lot of us have had that experience in the workplace. I was lucky to get some really good supervision later on within jobs and learn some things from each of the great supervisors I had that I couldn't have learned from the others. Now, the downside to that is that you may be able to go less deep if you're switching often. So I'd say stay with any good supervisor for at least a year. And also to be aware of the natural life cycle of supervision. I wouldn't want you to change supervisors if you are in any way feeling 15 years old inside. If there's some petulance within you, I want you to work through it with your supervisor. We go through some differentiation with our supervisors as we gain more skills and we get more confident. And if you really admired your supervisor before and now you think they might not be as great as you originally thought, check in and see if this felt like your reaction when you were a teenager to your parents when you were younger. I have a very clear, very embarrassing memory of having this dynamic with a supervisor and coming back to her a couple hours later and being like, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I don't know what just happened, but I was fully a teenager for a second. And she was super gracious, and we talked about it and how it's often a normal part of the supervision relationship. And then I've seen that some as a supervisor myself. So just in case, I just want to put it out there, just in case this person or someone listening is in that kind of place with their supervisor, talk about it, work through it. A great supervisor, and especially an experienced supervisor, this isn't their first rodeo. That's what I got for you guys. If you have questions, please send them to me at ask@abundancepracticebuilding.com. I'd really love to answer them. Bye.